السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما ولا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا طرفة عين. آمين يا رب العالمين. أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم. Welcome everyone to a new session today. And as discussed, inshallah, in today's session, we are going to cover the next part of Sulasi Mazid. So we have seen until Bab the Fa'ala. And inshallah, in today's session, we are going to see Bab in Fa'ala, Bab Ifta'ala, Bab If'ala, and Bab Istaf'ala. Okay, so 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we'll try to cover these four, inshallah. Okay. Uh, so just to quickly recap, so we have seen we started from fa'ala, fa'ala yufa'ilu. This is bab taf'il, since the master is taf'ilun. Okay. Then we saw fa'ala, so fa'ala yufa'ilu, fa'il or mufa'alatun. Fi'alun or mufa'alatun was the master. For bab af'ala, af'ala yuf'ilu, if'alun. Okay, aslama yuslimu, islamun was the master. And then tafa'ala, yatafa'alu, and tafa'ul. Okay, ta'allama, yata'allamu, ta'allum. Takallama, yatakallamu, takallum. Or tabassama, yatabassamu, tabassumun. This was the master. And then the last thing that we saw was tafa'ala. So ta'awana, yata'awanu, ta'awunun. Okay, tanawala, yatanawalu, tatanawulun was the master. Okay, so now in today's session, inshallah, we will see the next part of it, which is in fa'ala. Okay, this is bab in fa'ala. So we will again draw the same table of fa, ain, and lam kalima, and then with an addition of hamzatul wasl and noon. Okay, so in fa'ala, in fa'ala, in fa'ala, and the mudari'a is yanfa'ilu. In fa'ala, yanfa'ilu. And the masdar from this bab is infi'alun. Okay, infi'alun, infi'alun. So this verb is actually acts like majhul. Okay, so acts like majhul. Of course, we are going to do majhul in upcoming classes, inshallah. Majhul is nothing but passive voice. Okay, for example, khalaqallahu al-insana. Allah created the man. Khalaqallahu. Okay, and then if we say khuliqal insanu, khuliqa al-insanu, so this is nothing but majhul, meaning the man was created, where you will not have file and instead you will have naib file. We will see this in detail about the majhul, but remember that this verb will act like majhul. So when I say majhul, for example, let's take an example. Qalaba. Okay, qalaba. Qalaba means he overturned it. Okay, now if we add alif, noon, or hamzatul wasl and noon in this form, qalaba, it becomes in qalaba. Okay, and from this overturning on only the word qalb is derived, right? Qalbun. So it is said that summiyal qalbu qalban bikasrati taqallubihi. Okay, summiyal qalbu qalban. The heart is called heart. Likasrati takallubi. Okay. For it's I mean the heart is not in one step, one state. It keeps changing. Okay. Which is why the dua is Ya muqallib al-qulub sabbit qalbi ala din. Okay. Or Ya musarrif al-qulub sarrif qalbi ila ta'ati. You may have heard of these dua. So qalb is something that is ever changing. Okay, it does not stay in the same state as always. So qalaba means he overturned. Now in qalaba, if we say it, it will mean that it was overturned. Okay, it was overturned. So what was so it was overturned, meaning it was overturned by something. So in a way, the meaning will be something like majhul. Okay, like as we saw, qalb means he overturned it, but in qalaba means it was overturned. For example, the car was overturned. So what do we say? We say in qalaba. Okay, in qalabatis sayyara. When we read, we say inqalabat. So inqalabat is sayyaratu. The car was overturned. Okay. So it gives the meaning of much. Okay. Now let's do this verb in detail. So inqalaba. What is the mudari'? Let's take the first one. Inqalaba. Inqalaba is we see that noon and hamzatul wasl are added. So inqalaba. What is the mudari'?
ينقلب.
Yanqalibu. Inqalaba yanqalibu. Masdar will be tanqalibu, and then let's see the masdar. So originally we have tanqalibu. Okay. So when we make amr from this, what do? We drop the alam fil mudari' and we put a sukoon in the lam kalima, and then this hamzatul wasl will of course come back. Okay. So we say, what do we say? In
قلب.
Inqalib. Okay. Inqalib, inqaliba, inqalibu, inqalibi, inqaliba, inqalibna. Okay. So you should make the rest of the isnad from inqalaba, yanqalibu, or inqalib uh, for amr. Okay. Now inqalaba, yanqalibu, inqalib. What is the ismul file from this? So as we have been saying, just remove ya and put mu. So munqalib, munqalib. Okay, munqalib. Actually, there is no ismul maf'ul from this verb. Okay, munqalab. Otherwise, for the sake of the pattern, we can say munqalabun. Munqalabun. Okay, and we have seen that yeah, now what is the masdar? It's a very common or mostly used word. We have seen
انقلاب.
what
انقلاب.
inqilabun, in sorry, inqilabun, infialun. Okay, so this was something that was and this is the kalima that was said during the freedom movement, right? You may have heard of it, inqilab. Okay, inqilab zindabad or something like that. Inqilab in So this is the inqilab, it means overturning of the government. They meant it in that way. Okay, that British government should be overturned. So inqilab. That was the slogan that was raised during the freedom movement in India. So inqilabun is the masdar. Okay. Now let's take next verb. So we have qata'a. Okay, qata'a yaqta'u, it means to cut or he cut it. Now, if we add alif noon here or hamzatul wasl and noon here in this verb, we will get, what do we get is in qata'a. Okay, in qata'a. In qata'a, it means it was cut. Okay, uh, can someone tell me the hadith? When a man dies, his deeds come to an end.
عمل
Hmm.
إلا ثلاثة.
Illa salah. The full hadith. Can someone tell me?
إذا مات الإنسان انقطع عنه عمله إلا من ثلاثة.
إذا مات الإنسان انقطع عمله إلا من ثلاث. Okay, so إلى آخر الحديث. Okay, so انقطع mean when a man dies, it's his deeds are cut. Okay, it means it is cut. So not that he cut it, it is cut or it was cut. Okay, so in a way it gives the meaning of majhul. Okay, which is why you said it acts like majhul. Okay, so in qata, let's do this. Let me remove this. In qata, in qata, in qata. Okay, mudariya is yanqati'u, qati'u. Okay, amr from this is inqati'. Okay, inqati', inqati'a, inqati'u, inqati'i, inqati'a, inqati'na. Okay, so this is the six isnad. These are six isnad of mudari. Okay, I see that there is a hand raised for quite some time. So, uh, any questions? Do you have any questions? Or it is raised by mistake? Not sure. Anyways, inqata' yanqati' inqati'. Okay. Ismul fa'il from this is, so change this alamdul mudariya and
منقطع.
okay. Munqati'un, munqati'un. Okay, and ismul maf'ul is munqata'un. Okay, and what is the amr? No, sorry. I always get confused in amr. What is the master?
انقطاع.
Inqita'un. Okay, inqita'un. Okay, inqita'un means cutting off. Okay, inqita'un or infi'alun ala wazni infi'al. So this is the master. Okay, next is we have in kasara. From kasara, what we get is in kasara. Correct. So in kasara means it got broke or it was broken. So kasara, he broke it. In kasara, it got broken. So in kasara, uh, in in kasara, yankasiru. In kasara, yankasiru. And the amr from this is in kasir. Okay. Rest you should do. In kasir. Okay. And ismul file is munkasir. And munkasarun and inkisarun. Inkisarun is the uh, master from this. Okay. We do have another friend which is, do you know the meaning of kasafa? This is kashafa with sin. We do have kasafa as well. From this we get is this kusuf. Do you know the meaning of this? Kasafa, kusufun,
Eclipse.
eclipse. Okay. Eclipse, solar or lunar. eclipse. Okay, so kasafa kusuf. From this, what do we get? If we add alif nun to this, what do we get is in kasafa, correct? In kasafa. Because we have in kashafa as well, I'll come to that. But there is a hadith related to this in kasafa. Okay, so it is reported in Bukhari. Yeah. In kasafati shamsu yawma mata Ibrahim. Now, who is this Ibrahim?
Son of Prophet
Muhammad.
Hmm. Ibnu 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 Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Okay. Yeah, yes, from Maria Qibtiyya radiyallahu anha. So, in kasafati shamsu yawma mata Ibrahim. فقال الناس انكسفت لموت إبراهيم فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إن الشمس والقمر آيتان من آيات الله لا ينكسفان لموت أحد ولا لحياته فإذا رأيتموهما فادعوا الله وصلوا حتى ينجلي رواه البخاري. Okay, so this is the hadith that in kasafat shams. Why in kasafat? Why do we have a ta there?
Ashamsu is feminine.
Ashamsu.
No, since ashamsu is muannas in Arabic. So in kasafat ashamsu. يوم مات إبراهيم فقال الناس إن كسفت لموت إبراهيم. That people started saying that the sun has eclipsed because of the death of Ibrahim, who is the son of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, from Maria Qibtiyya radiyallahu anha. Then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was quick enough to disperse this claim, and he said, "Inna shamsa wal qamara ayatani min ayatillah." Indeed, the sun and the moon are two of Allah's ayat. Okay, la yankasifani. Okay, yankasifani. Okay, so yankasifani. لا ينكسفان لموت أحد ولا لحياته. Okay. فإذا رأيتموها فادعوا الله وصلوا حتى ينجلي. What is ينجلي? I'll come to this. ينجلي. ينجلي. What does ينجلي mean? It was clear. Okay. Injala ينجلي. Okay. The verb is injala. Now, which bab is this verb from? Injala ينجلي. Any idea?
Afal.
No, which bab is this verb from? Injala ينجلي. Form 5. What do we see? Injala, infa'ala. It's from the same bab only, right? Infa'ala, injalaya, yanjaliyu. Infa'ala, yanfa'ilu. Same verb. Okay, injala, yanjali means to become clear. Now, coming back to this inkasafa. So, inkasafa, yankasifu. Let me remove this. Let me clear this. Okay. So we were doing in kasafa, yan kasifu. Okay. In kasafa, yan kasifu. And amr from this is, of course, this amr only Allah can give. In kasif. Okay. In kasif. Okay. In kasif. And ismul file from this is
Munkasifun.
munkasifun. Okay. Munkasifun. And
Munkasafun.
munkasafun. Okay, I'll just write it there. And Sorry, the masdar from this is inkisaf.
इनकिसाफ
Inkisaf is the eclipse. Okay. Similarly, we have inkashafa. Okay, kashafa means to reveal, or inkashaf. Inkashafa means it got revealed. So from kashafa yakshafu we get yukshafu. Okay. يوم يكشف عن ساق يدعون إلى السجود فلا يستطيعون. Okay, when the shin will made open. يوم يكشف عن ساق ويدعون إلى السجود. On the day of judgment, Allah will bear his shin, and then people will be asked to do sajda. And there are few who will not be able to do sajda. And the explanation of this ayah is those who did not used to pray in their lifetime, meaning those who were heedless of their prayers, they will not be able to make sujood, because this ayah actually refers to the 5 daily prayers, salah. Okay. وَيُدْعَوْنَ إِلَى السُّجُودِ فَلَا يَسْتَطِيعُونَ. So they'll not be able to do the prostration. Okay. So from this we get inkashafa. Okay. In on a similar pattern, we just add sheen here. So inkashafa, yankashifu, inkashif, munkashif, and inkishaf. Okay. Inkishaf meaning revealing. Okay. Revealing of something. Okay. Next is qat'a. We have seen sarafa. You know what sarafa means? Sarafa yasrifu. What does sarafa means?
So, खर्च कर.
Yeah, it means to
Class.
change actually. So we have, right, munsarif or ghayr munsarif. Okay, from this sarafa verb, if we add alif nun, it becomes in sarafa. Okay, in sarafa it got changed, or it was changed. So in sarafa yansarifu. Yansarifu. So from this, what is the amr? Insarif. Okay, insarif. And ismul file is
मुनसरिफुन
munsarifun. So when we have done the mamnu min as-sarf, right? So mamnu min as-sarf, the other name is also ghayr munsarif, meaning something that does not change. Okay, ghayru munsarifun. So munsarif is nothing but ismul fa'il from sarafa. I mean in sarafa yansarifun, and then munsarifun, munsarafun, ismul maf'ul, and what is the masdar?
इंसिराफुन
Insirafun. Insirafun is the masdar. Okay.
What's the meaning of the sarafa alone? Changing.
Yeah, changing.
Okay.
Which is why what do we call banks? Banks. What is masrif, right? Masrif is the
Batch.
place where you do the exchange of something. Masrifun. Okay.
Yes, bank.
Masrif is nothing but bank. So, where you do the currency exchange. So some act of
Saraf.
something changing. Okay. Or sarrafa is actually exchange, currency exchange. Anything with respect to changing or okay. Okay, next is fasala, right? Fasala. From this fasala, if we make this verb, what do we get?
Infasala.
In fasala. In fasala. Correct. In fasala. Now from in fasala, yanfasilu. Yanfasilu. And then amr from this is infasil. 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 And what is the ismul file from this?
Munfasil.
Munfasil. Have you seen this? Munfasilun, Zamirun,
Yes.
مد
Munfasilun.
منفصل.
We saw muttasilun, ittasala yattasilu, ittisalun, muttasilun, and then here we have seen munfasilun. Okay, it comes from this bar,
مد.
munfasilun. Okay, infasala yanfasilu, munfasilun. Okay, and then munfasalun, infisalun. That's the master. Okay, you can get the master from this. Similarly, we have Fatain, Qalabain. Now we will see in Hazama. Okay, Hazama. Allahumma munzil al-kitab sari al-hisab ihzim al-ahzab. Okay, so Hazama yahzimu, it means to be defeated, and in Hazama it was defeated. Okay, so in Hazama yanhazimu, in Hazim, munhazimun, munhazamun, inhizamun. This is going to be the master. We'll take a couple of verbs. So shaqqa, okay. What does shaqqa means?
Break into two.
Yeah,
فتل.
act of breaking. He broke something. Shaqqa means to split also. Okay. Now, if we add alif noon, then what do we get is
In
inshaqqa.
انشق.
It was split. Okay.
انشق
Inshaqqa.
القمر.
And then mudari'a is yanshaqqu. Now, what kind of verb is this?
is it muda'af?
Muda'af. Yes, this is muda'af. So inshaqqa yanshaqqu. Amr from this is, let's make amr. So tanshaqqu. Tanshaqqu. So when we make amr, we drop alamatul mudariya, we put a sukoon there. We can't read it, so hamzatul wasf will come back. So what do we get is this?
In shaqqa.
What do we do? Or we have been doing this in mudaf. What do we do is we replace this with fatha. Okay? And then when we analyze, so inshaqqa and this inshaqqa both look similar. Someone may get confused that this is the isnad of actual mudari. Okay, mudari ghaib. So inshaqqa, these two are different. So when we analyze this, we say fail mudari, sorry, fail madi, mabniun ala fatha. Okay, fatha zahira ala akhiri, fa'il mustatir taqdiruhu. When we analyze this, what do we say? Failu amrin
مبني على سكون المقدر.
mabni ala sukun.
سكون المقدر.
Okay, since we know that there is a sukoon there. Okay, and if we do without idgham, then it was fine. In shaqiq, right? Without idgham is always, it acts like a normal phrase. So in shaqiq would be without idgham. So in shaqqa is nothing but in shaqaqa, yan shaqiqu. Okay, but when we do the idgham, so it becomes in shaqqa yan shaqqu, and then whatever. Now, what is the ismul file from this is
Munshaqqun.
munshaqqun. Munshaqqun. And so, yeah, there is no ismul maf'ul from this essay. Now, what is the
Masdar.
masdar from this?
Inshiqaqun.
انشق.
Inshiqaq. Is there anything in Quran? Do we
Suratul
have surah?
Inshiqaq.
انشقاق.
Suratul Inshiqaq, right? Suratul Inshiqaq. Okay. So there is a surah with this name Inshiqaq. It means to split, right? إذا السماء انشقت. Okay? إذا السماء انشقت. We have got inshiqaq. Okay. Now we will come back to this verb injala yanjali. Uh, let's do the. I'll just clear this. We'll see couple of naqis af'al. Okay. So injala, and then yanjali. Which okay. If we say injala yanjali, so which bab actually the Bab from Sulasi Mujarrad, sorry. From Sulasi Mujarrad, which Bab will this be from? In Jala Anjali.
No, in July, is there any ya that back?
Oh yeah, it's Naqis actually. So we have,
Naqis.
yeah. So if we call it, if we see the Fail Sulasi Mazid Bab, like Bab Daraba, Fatha, Nasara, which Bab is this from? In Jala Anjali. In Jalaya Yanjaliyu. Daraba Yadribu. Correct?
ضرب
This is
يضرب.
this is Bab Daraba. Okay. Daraba yadribu. Okay. So injala yanjali. Okay, we'll first cover the other parts and then we'll come to snad. Okay. So injala yanjali. Amr from this is, for example, tanjali. Tanjali. So when we make amr, what do? We drop the alamatul mudariya and we also drop harfu illa. Correct. So what do we get is this hamzatul wasl will come back
Injal.
injali. Okay. And how do we analyze this injali? Well,
فعل أمر مبني
مبني
على حسب الفعل.
no. فعل
حذف.
أمر مبني على حذف حرف إلا. Because what do we have done? What have we done is we have omitted the harf illa. So على حذف حرف إلا. Because this is what happens in naqis. Okay. This is what we saw in af'ali naqisa. Okay. Now, yeah, this is amr. So injaliya. Okay. I'm just making the isnad for this injala injaliya, and then
إنجل.
hmm, yes, complete the remaining.
Injalu. Injalu.
Injalu. Okay.
Injali.
إنجل.
Hmm.
إنجلنا.
Injaliya, and then injalna.
Injalna.
Injalu. Okay. For ghaib ghaib mudhakkar jam. Injalu. And I will again ask you to go back and see this nad of uh, bab daraba naqis. Okay. For example, baka yabki, injala yanjali. It is similar. Okay. Now, uh, ismul fa'il from this, ya, you replace it with mu. So mun
Munjila.
mun
Munjila.
munjaliyun. Okay. Or we can write it as munjalin. Correct. Can we write it as munjalin? Can we do this?
اسم منقوص.
Yes, this
Manqus.
is manqus. Why? Because we have ya ghair mushaddada and then ala ma qabla ya'i there is a kasra. So we can write it as munjalin. And ismul maf'ul from this is munjalan. Okay. And injila'un. Injilayun aslan. Injilayun. It gets changed to injila'un with a hamza. Okay, just give me a second. I hope this is clear. We'll do the isnad now.
Ustad, what is the meaning of injala?
Clear.
Okay, the meaning is it was clear. Okay, or it was
Okay.
made clear. Injala Yanjali Injilao, something which becomes clear, apparent. Okay, so Injilao. So that which is why the last part of the hadith is فَإِذَا رَأَيْتُمُوهُمَا فَادْعُوا اللَّهَ وَصَلُّوا حَتَّى يَنْجَلِي. So Salatul Kusuf, if you remember that we have been asked to prolong the prayer so that the eclipse is clear. Okay, so which is why the Salatul Kusuf is generally a very, very long prayer. Okay, so Injila. Okay, now we come to this Nath here. So Injala, Injala, Injalaya, and then we need to. This is really important because you need to write this Nath and then so I'm just writing it for Madi. So Injala, Injalaya, sorry, Injala, Injalaya,
Injalaw,
Injalaya, and Injalaw. Okay, this is for isnad of Madi, Ghaib, Mudakkar. So Injala, Injalaya, Injalaw, and then Injalat, Injalat, okay, and then Injalata, and then it's simple. What happens in Muannas, Muannas Ghaib?
Injalna.
Injalayna. This ya will be just open. So in Jalayna. And from this is a free fall. So in Jalayta, in Jalaytuma, in Jalaytum, in Jalayti, in Jalaytuma, in Jalaytunna, in Jalaytu, in Jalayna. I'm not writing that. Okay. Because after this, as I've been saying, it's a free fall. You just get hold of ya and then keep adding in Jalayta, in Jalaytuma, in Jalaytu. Injalaiti, Injalaituma, Injalaituna, Injalaitu, and Injalain. Okay, so this is of Isnad of Madi. Now we come to Mudari. Okay, so let me just write. Where do I write? Let me clear the board for a second. Okay, so Yanjali, Yanjali, and then
Yanjaliyani,
Yanjaliyani, and then
Yanjalawna,
Yanjaliyani, and then Yanjaluna.
okay.
Now, why Yanjaluna? If you remember, for Naqis, in whom, in the Sira of yani, whom, we drop the Lam Kalima, if you remember. Okay, I'll ask you again to go back to chapter number 29. So, if you see the Isnad of, for example, Baka Yabki, so Yabki, Yabkiyani, and then Yabkuna. Why? Because the Lam Kalima gets dropped. Okay, and this is where we discussed about mutaharrik and sakin pronouns, if you remember. Okay, so yabki, yabkiyani, yabkuna. So injala, yanjali, yanjaliyani, yanjaluna, and then tanjali, tanjaliyani. I'm not writing that. Tanjali, tanjaliyani. What will be this not for hunna? It's very simple.
Yanjalaina.
Yanjalina.
Yanjalina. Simple. We just open the ya and then add a noon there. Because from hunna it's again very easy. Okay. So similarly, Tanjali, Tanjaliyani, Tanjaluna, Tanjalina, Tanjaliyani, Tanjalina. Okay. Anjali, Nanjali. Okay. Clear?
Sir, it will be same for
Hmm. Okay,
Mukhatab.
let me write. Tanjali. Okay. Tanjali, Tanjaliyani. Okay. And Yanjalina. Again, Tanjali, Tanjaliyani, and then here for Mukhatab, Muzakkar Jam, we get Tanjaluna. Okay, clear until this? Tanjaluna. Okay, and then Tanjalina, Tanjalina. Okay, Tanjaliyani, and then Tanjalina again. Yes. So your question is this similar? Yes. But is this similar in essence, in reality?
No.
So
No.
let's analyze these two. First, this. How do we analyze this? Tanjalina, fail mudariya. Okay. Can someone do it, or shall I do it? Okay. Let me do it. So it's fail mudariya, marfu'un bi subuti nun. Okay. Marfu'un bi subuti nun. Fa'il ya al mukhataba. This is the fa'il. Okay. And in this we say fail mudariya mabniyun ala sukun. Okay. في محل رفع نون النسوة فاعل في محل رفع. Okay. So it's all about going back to the roots. And what was the root we discussed? ناقص, أجوف, مثال, مضاعف. So as I've been repeating this, that these the lessons that we have done in book 2 towards the end are the asas. Okay, these are the asas of all the works that are going to come. Okay, so uh, if you are pro in those of all, then you will not have any problems later. Okay, and which is why it's always recommended that you do this not yourself. Okay. So Tanjalina and then Anjali Nanjali, which is very simple. Okay, I hope this is clear. And similarly, we have Imbaga Yambagi. Okay, Imbaga Yambagi. So it's again important because this is also naqis. So Imbaga Yambagi. It was proper, it was fitting. Okay. So Yambagi Litulabi, we say. It is befitting or it's fitting the students that they exhibit the good manners. Okay. Okay. Imbaga and then Yambagi. Yambagi. Imbaga
Sir,
Yambagi.
meaning of impaga? Just
Imbaga means it is fitting or it is proper. It is appropriate. Okay.
okay.
La yambaghi li ahadin. It's not befitting, it's not proper for anybody. And I mean, you can add anything in this sentence that it's not proper for him to fight with someone. Okay. It's not befitting a student of knowledge to, openly sin or anything like that. Okay. Imbaga yambaghi. Imbaga
फिर
yambaghi.
उर्दू में क्या कहेंगे इम्बगा?
ये यानी इम्बगा यानी उर्दू में वी विल से ये तुलाब इल्म के लिए यानी शेवा नहीं देती.
अच्छा है.
जी.
ओके. इम्बगा इम्बगा मुनासिब नहीं. It's not proper, it's not befitting or it's not proper. ये मुनासिब नहीं, ये तलाब इल्म का शेवा नहीं हो सकता, something like that. Okay, so इम्बगी यम्बगी, amr from इम्बगा यम्बगी, so we get is
इम्बगी.
इम्बगी. فالأمر مبني على حذف حرفين. Okay, and اسم الفاعل from this is
منبغي.
इम्बगी.
منبغي. Okay. منبغي. Okay. Actually منبغي, but اسم المنقوص is منبغي. And منبغن, منبغن. Okay, and then inbighaun. Inbighaun is the master. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to do isnad of imbagh. So imbaghi for amr. Okay, this is amr. So imbaghiya, imbaghu. Okay, imbaghi, imbaghiya, imbaghina. So you should write down those isnad, and then we will do isnad of mudari. So imbagha, imbaghaya, and then imbaghaw. Imbagat, imbagata, imbagaina. And then imbagaita, imbagaituma, imbagaitu, imbagaiti, imbagaituma, imbagaituna, imbagaitu, imbagaina. So this is for Madi. And for Mudaria, we have Yambagi, Yambagiyani, Yambahuna, Tambagi, Tambagiyani, Yambagina. Okay? Tambagi, Tambagiyani, Tambahuna, Tambagina, Tambagiyani, Tambagina, Ambagi, Nambagi.
Yambaghi without ya.
Yambagi. Yeah, there is a
Without
ya.
ya, there is
There is
ya.
ya, Yambagi. Okay. So I hope this verb was clear. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you should do the isnad for at least the naqis ones. Okay. Because of course the normal ones are easier, but naqis is generally where we have some problem. So please do. Okay. So we'll move on to the next verb now. I hope this was clear. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, we'll move on to the next one. Okay, and the homework for you is to do the isnad of Madi Mudare for Injala, Injali, and then Imbaga Yambagi. At least these two. Madi Mudare and Amr. Okay, next we move on to Bab Ifta'ala. Okay, Bab Ifta'ala Yafta'ilu. Okay, Bab Ifta'ala Yafta'ilu. Okay. Ifta'ala. So what are we doing here is we had fa kalima, ain kalima, and lam kalima. We added a ta and hamzatul wasl. It becomes ifta'ala. Ifta'ala. Ifta'ala yafta'ilu. And the we'll remember this verb with the master, which is ifti'alun. Ifti'alun. Okay? Ifti'alun. So starting from Jama, okay? Jama is to collect, or he collected. So if we put this verb Jama in this, what do we get is ijtama. Okay? Some act of coming together. Okay? So ijtama, yajtami'u. Okay? Ijtama, 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 yajtami'u. Yajtami'u. And then what is the amr from this? Tajtami'u. And then the amr is actually ijtami'.
This time.
اجتمع اجتمع اجتمعوا اجتمعي اجتمع and اجتمعنا. Okay, so اجتمع is the amr. Okay, what is the uh, ismul file? Just replace ya with so
مجتمع
مجتمع مجتمع. Okay, and the ismul maf'ul is mujtama'un, and masdar from this is
اجتماع.
very commonly used word ijtima'un. Okay, ijtima' is the group of people. Okay, so we always hear, right, there was an ijtima. Okay, ijtima on the occasion of, let's say, some dars or marriage or function or walima or whatever. Okay, so ijtima'un, collection of people. The act of coming together is called ijtima'. Sharika, it means to share. Ishtaraka, it means to enter into partnership. Okay. So ishtaraka, just I'm not writing that. So ishtaraka, you should tell me. So ishtaraka and mudariya is
يشترك
yashtarik.
يشترك.
Okay. And then amr from this is
يشترك
ishtarik. All six of isma.
اشترك اشتركا.
مشترك مشترك
It's I'm asking isnad of amr.
أمر.
اشترك
اشترك.
Ishtarik.
اشتركا
Ishtarika. Ishtariku. Okay.
اشتركي
Ishtariki. Ishtarika.
اشتركا
And
اشتركن
ishtarikna. Okay.
اشترك
Okay. And ismul file is mushtarik. Mushtarik. Okay. And ismul maf'ul is mushtarak. Even this word is used, mushtarak. Okay. Mushtarik. Ijtanaba. Okay. Janaba means to turn aside from janib. Okay. So ijtanaba is to completely avoid. Okay. So ومن يكفر بالطاغوت ويؤمن بالله. No. There is an ayah, right, that wajtanibu at-taghut. Wajtanibu at-taghut. So completely turn aside from taghut, the worship of taghut. So ijtinabun is the master. Okay. Ijtanaba, yajtanibu, ijtinab. So we are asked to do ijtinab from taghut. What is that ayah? Wajtanibu at-taghut. What is the full ayah?
يا الذين آمنوا اجتنبوا كثيرا إن بعض الظن
Yeah, that is also there. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اجتنبوا كثيرا من الظن إن بعض الظن إثم ولا تجسسوا ولا يغتب بعضكم بعضا. So ijtinab means to completely avoid. Okay, it's like avoiding, just like the two shores of sea, which can never meet. So we also ask that Allah to to turn us aside from sin. That sin is on the other shore and we are on the other shore, which is uh, which cannot meet. Okay, there is no possibility of meeting these together.
ولقد بعثنا في كل أمة
Now,
رسولا أن اعبدوا
this is what I was looking for. وَلَقَدْ بَعَثْنَا فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا أَنِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَاجْتَنِبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ. Okay, وَاجْتَنِبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ. So this is what Surah Al-Nahl. Okay, barakallahu fiik. Ijtanaba, yajtanibu, ijtanib, mujtanib. Okay, mujtanab and ijtinabun is the master. Okay. Next is imtahana. Okay, imtahana. Imtahana, yamtahinu. Again, going back to Surah Hujurat. Okay. إن الذين يغضون أصواتهم عند رسول الله أولئك أولئك الذين امتحن الله قلوبهم للتقوى. Okay, امتحن, it means their hearts were tested. Okay, so أولئك الذين امتحن الله قلوبهم للتقوى. So امتحن يمتحن, there is another verb, امتحن يمتحن, and this verb is close to the students. Okay, this is very close to us, يمتحن, because we generally appear on what?
امتحان.
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 امتحان, افتعال. امتحان is the master. Okay, امتحن يمتحن. Amr from this is
امتحن.
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 امتحن, and then
امتحن.
امتحن. امتحنوا. Okay, امتحني, امتحنا, امتحنها.
امتحن.
امتحنا.
امتحان.
امتحان is the master, and then اسم الفاعل is ممتحن.
ممتحن.
ممتحن, and اسم المفعول is ممتحن.
امتحن.
Okay. انتظر. انتظر.
ينتظر.
انتظر. Okay. انتظر ينتظر.
انتظار.
Hmm. انتظر
مصدر.
ينتظر.
ينتظر.
انتظر.
ينتظر. Okay.
أمر.
انتظر.
الأمر.
Okay. We say
ينتظر.
انتظر, meaning wait. Sorry. انتظر. انتظر. انتظري. Wait. Okay. You wait, female.
ينتظرون.
انتظر, you wait, male. Okay. انتظروا. So intazir, and then muntazirun. Muntazirun. Okay, we generally say in Urdu, मैं आपके जवाब का मुंतजिर
इंतजार.
हूँ. Okay, I am waiting for your response. So muntazirun is I am ismul fa'il, correct? And muntazarun is ismul maf'ul. Muntazarun. Muntazarun. Okay. In muntazir, muntazar, and
انتظار.
intizar. Intizarun. Intizarun is the masdar. Okay. اختار. Okay, then we have some of the ajwaf verb, okay, which is ikhtara. Ikhtara and yakhtaru. Okay, ikhtara, yakhtaru. Okay, let me is this clear now? I'll just remove it. I'll rub it, and then I'll write ikhtara. Ikhtara. Okay, what kind of verb is this? We have alif in between.
أجوف.
Ajwa. Okay. Okay. Ikhtara yakhtar. It means to choose. Okay. He was chosen. He was chosen. Okay. Now, what is the amr from this?
يختار.
Let's make
يختار.
takhtaru. Okay. From takhtaru, we drop alamatul mudariya. We put
اختار.
there. And what do we get is this?
اختار.
يختار.
اختر.
Okay. So again, going back to the roots, going back to ajwa, what do? If we have iltiqab sakinin, we drop the harfu illa. Correct. So what do we get is?
يختار.
اختر.
Okay, just remember this. Okay, what is the ismul file from this?
مخ.
مختار.
Mukhtar. Okay, someone's name. So Mukhtar, Mukhtar. No ismul maf'ul as such from this.
مقول.
Now, uh, what is the last part in this? What do you do?
مصدر.
Mastar, mastar.
Masdar, yeah. So what is the masdar?
Ikhtarun,
اختيار
ikhtiyar. Okay.
Ikhtiyar. Okay. This is ajwaf al yai. Okay. So iftialun. So this alif gets changed to ya. So ikhtiyarun is the masdar. Okay. You have some ikhtiyar. Okay. Ikhtiyar. Okay. Clear?
Yes.
Now, if this is clear, then we'll quickly do intaha.
Ustad, what is the meaning of ifta'ala?
Sorry, ifta'ala.
Ifta'ala, root.
Ifta'ala is the root verb, is the root form. There's no meaning
Yes.
as such. Or let's say
Any difference?
fa'ala. Fa'ala means he did. Ifta'ala, he was made to do something.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So intaha. Since we had done intazar, so we should also do intaha. Intaha. What does intaha means? He was terminated or it was ceased. Okay. Intaha yantahi. Yantahi. Okay. Intaha yantahi. Is amr from this. For example, tantahi.
انتهي.
Tantahi. So alamatul mudari'a drop, harfu illa drop. We bring noon. Amr from this is this intahi. Okay. Intahi. Intahi. This is fail amr. So how do we analyze? We say fail
أمر.
amr. Fail amr. مبني على حذف حرفين.
السهل.
حرفين لا
حرفين.
حذف حرفين. I hope everyone is following it, right? I mean, I do see that some of you are responding, which is good. But what about others? I'll just take a pause here and ask about others. Is everyone following it? Am I too fast? Or is there anything that you want me to repeat? You can tell it upfront or you can write in the comments. Yeah. If anything is not clear, if I'm too fast, if you feel like I should repeat something, please let me know. Okay. Because I will not be able to know that everyone is seeing it or someone is busy in the phone. I'm not sure. I hope you're all paying attention. In case there is anything that you need clarification, always ask me. Okay. Because in a flow, I sometimes forget to ask this. So I thought I'll just take a pause and ask. We have some brothers also. I've never seen the brothers responding to this. So yeah, so please participate and to sisters also, if the brothers wants to answer, let them answer. Okay, so sometime. Okay, so I hope this is clear and there's no issues as such. Intaha yantahi, and then what is the ismul file from this?
Muntahi.
Aslan muntahiyun. Okay, and we can have
منتهٍ
right, muntahin. So we can write it as muntahin. Okay, muntahin is the ismul file and muntahan is ismul file. Muntahan is ismul maf'ul.
مفعول.
Muntahan. Okay, just like mustashfan or fatan. Similarly, we have muntahan. Okay? And what is the masdar?
مصدر.
Hmm.
انتهاء.
Intihayun. Aslan intihayun. Intihayun. So this gets changed to
انتهاء.
Why? Because ya is not compatible with Namma. Okay? So in order to pronounce it correctly, they don't want to twist their tongues and they want to keep it simple. So intihaun is the masdar. Okay. Now the main agenda of this verb of doing this verb is that we should also be doing the isnad of first is amr. So intahi intahiya, intahaw. Okay, intahiya, intahayna. Okay, this is from the isnad of amr. Now we should also do isnad of madi and mudari. So let's do this. Intaha, intahaya, and then inta,
انتهوا
intahaw. Okay, intahaw, and then intahat, intahata, and then
انتهنا
after hunna it will be a free fall from zero gravity from directly moon to earth. So intahayna, intahaita, intahaituma, intahaitum, intahaiti, intahaituma, intahaitunna, intahaitu, intahayna. Okay, let's come to mudari. So yantahi, yantahiyani, yanta. This is what I want to say.
ينتهون
Yantahuna. Why? Because in in the
يا
isnad of naqis, lam kalima will be dropped from hum. Okay, so we get is yantahiuna changed to yantahuna, because I don't want to go back to naqis again. I just want you to go back to naqis again. Okay, so yantahuna. Okay, then tantahi, tantahiyani, and then
ينتهون
yantahina. Simple. Ya will be open from here. Okay, and then tantahi, tantahiyani, tantahuna. Okay, again tantahina, tantahiyani, and then tantahina. Both will be similar, just like we saw earlier. Okay. Tantahina, I'm just writing it here. Tantahina. This is for anti. Okay. Tantahina and tantahiyani, and then for hunna as well, it will be similar. But when we analyze, we say fail mudari marfum bi subuti nun ya al mukhataba fa'il, and there we say fail mudari mabniun ala sukun fi mahalli raf'in nunun niswa fa'il fi mahalli raf'in. Okay, and then antahi nantahi. So I'm not writing this. This will be a homework for you to do in your home, at your home, in your notebooks. Okay. So I hope everyone will do it, inshallah. Okay. Some of the things, of course, we cannot do it with respect to time in the class, but you should be doing it. Okay. Clear? So tantahina. Now there are few changes to this form 8, which is iftialu, which we will cover in a very quick and concise manner. Of course, we are not going to go in detail, but we'll try to cover it as much as possible. Yeah, I thought of finishing it, but I don't think I'll be able to do it today. Anyway, we'll try to cover it next. Okay, so I hope this is clear until this point. Now we come to Lal and Abdal. Okay, so there are three kind of changes that takes place in this verb. Okay, which is the first condition. I know, I mean, I'm not going to do it in detail, and you may have few questions here, but then we will do it in detail when we are studying the chapter in detail. Okay, because there is a dedicated chapter for each and every fail that we're doing here. So the first condition is if the this fa kalima, right? We have if ta'ala, just writing if ta'ala. Okay, if the fa kalima, just remember this, the fa kalima is zal, sorry, if the fa kalima is dal, zal, or zai. Okay. Dal, zal, or zai. Then what happens? There is the change take place that this ta of the fail, right? You have this ta, iftala. Ta of fail will change to dal. Okay. What do I mean? So let's take an example. Zahama. Okay. It means crowd. Okay, zahama. This is the root verb. From this, if we make this form, so what we get is izdahama. Correct? Izdahama. Now, what do we say? Because if the fa kalima is either da or dal or zai, then this ta of the fail, if ta'ala, will change to dal. Okay. What do we changes is
ازدحم
okay, izdahama. And this is the change that will take place. Okay. And then from izdahama, yazdahimu, izdahim, muzdahim, muzdaham, and izdihamun is the masdar. Izdiham is the crowded. Izdihamun. Okay, izdiham. So originally it was zahama. When we put it in this form, it becomes izdahama. But since fa kalima is dal or zai, then this ta will change to izdahama. Okay, let's take one more example. Zana is the original. It means to decorate. Okay. So if we put it in this form, what we get is tana. Correct? Is tana. Alif, fa, ta, ain, and lam kalima. Is tana. Now, since fa kalima is dal, zal, or zai, the ta of fail will change to is dan. Is dan. Okay. I'm not going in detail, just we'll quickly cover this, and inshallah we will do it in detail in the chapter when we are doing it. Okay, so these are some of the changes that will take place. Okay, let's take another verb, dhakara. Okay, if we put it in this form, what do we get is dhakara. Okay, now since this is dal, okay, is takara. Since fa kalima is either dal, dal, or zai, then ta of fail will change to dal. What do we get is dakara. Okay, is dakara. Now there are again changes will take place since this ta was changed to is dakara. So there are further changes which will take place, and it becomes is this dal will again change to is dakara, and what we get is dakara. Okay, is dakara. Okay, I'll talk about this in detail, but not now. At least we just for us for the sake of today's class, just remember that if the fa kalima is dal, zal, or sai, then ta of fail will change to dal. Okay, detail inshallah later. Is dakara. Sorry, and this is actually iddakara. 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 Okay. Let's take another da'a. Okay. From da'a, yad'u. If we put it in this form, then we get idda'a. Idda'a. Okay. Then since this is either dal or zai, the fa kalima will change to what? Dal. So idda'a. Correct? And from this, what we get is idda'a. Idda'a, yadda'i, mudda'in. Mudda'in. Okay? This is one condition. That if fa kalima is either dal, zal, or zai, then ta of fail will change to dal. And we have seen few examples. Okay. I'm just thinking, shall we do the next ones or we stop here for today and finish the remaining ones next? So in next class, it will be very quick. We'll just cover these two and form 9 and 10, and then we'll start book 3, inshallah, chapter 1. So shall I do it now or shall we stop here? Yes, what do we have any opinion?
Stop.
We can stop, sir, if others don't mind.
Yes. Yes. Okay, I know. Sometimes these topics get too dry, so I know, which is why I don't want to continue now. Let's do this. Let's finish this in next class, inshallah. Okay. In next class, we will do two more conditions are there. Okay. 2, 3. There are 3 conditions with this, especially with this verb ifta'ala. Okay, which makes this very important from all these fail salasi mazid. Okay. So no worries, inshallah, we'll do it in next class. Okay. So I hope I was able to explain it in detail and in a fashion that you were able to understand. Okay. So if there is anything, just whatever the homework I have given you, please go and do it. Write the isnad of, especially the naqis, afali naqisa, or if you come across any afali naqisa or ajwa or misal. Okay. So try to conjugate them, at least them. Okay. Or if not all, at least one or two from isnad of the naqis. Okay. So we stop here for today. Jazakumullah khairan. وبارك الله فيكم. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين. سبحان الله وبحمده. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.